And we're going to keep exposing the real dangers of the MMR. So we're going to bring on Misty Gehrke. Welcome to the show this morning. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Okay, well, this is an important story. You took an MMR booster, is my understanding, in
Yes.
2019. So first question for you is, what made you think taking an MMR booster was a good idea?
Well, it really wasn't my idea. My daughter and I were exposed to the measles at the emergency room here in Washington State. And at the time, I worked for a daycare center. I was the director, and I got a call from the health department that we were exposed to the measles. And my daughters were okay because they already had their booster. But I did not, of course, because I had mine in 1976. So I was basically given the choice of getting the booster and being able to return to work faster, or staying out of work for however long it took to make sure that I didn't come down with the measles.
Okay, so you took the MMR booster, and what happened to you after that?
About 18 days later, my body started to feel really numb and tingly, and I was losing coordination. And I just knew that something was wrong. And the only thing that I had different was the MMR booster.
So what did you do about it? Did you go to the doctor and say, look, this has happened after the MMR?
I went to my primary, I went to urgent care, and they just said it might be an allergic reaction to something. And I said, the only thing I had was the MMR booster. And so finally, one morning I woke up and I couldn't barely walk. So my mother took me to the emergency room, and I was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome.
And what are the effects of Guillain-Barré syndrome, so that people totally understand what does it feel like to have Guillain-Barré?
Okay, the best after all these years, it's been 6 years now, is have you ever had Novocaine, like at a dental appointment?
Had what?
Novocaine?
No, I don't know. No.
No, like if you get teeth work done and then they put the numbing stuff on.
Oh, okay, so numbing stuff. Yeah.
Yep. That's what my body feels like 24 hours a day.
And still today it feels like that.
Still today.
So you've had no help at all?
Nope, there's nothing you can do for me. Nothing.
So when you say to the doctors, look, I think it's the MMR vaccination, what do they say about that?
Oh, the first neurologist at the emergency room told me I had anxiety because I had 7-year-old twin daughters and I just needed a break. And at this point, I had never left my twin daughters, and they were almost 7. So I said, no, I don't have anxiety. I had an MMR booster, and I feel like I'm dying. So I asked for another neurologist, and he finally believed me and thankfully started me on treatment.
But you still feel terrible. It's not working.
Yeah, my neurologist told me I had 3 years tops, and what I was left with, nerve damage after 3 years, is what I would be left with permanently.
And Guillain-Barré is in the so-called side effects in the insert of the MMR.
Yes, it is.
And it's still not acknowledged that this is what's happened to you.
No. And I did, obviously sue the HHS, and I actually won, not very much money, but it was the principal for me. And the only reason they agreed to it was because the MMR booster was the only vaccine I had.
So you won in court, so they admitted it.
Yep.
So let's go back and talk about the measles. They said you were, you could have caught measles from where? What, was there a little measles outbreak in your area?
Very little in 2019. And we were in the emergency room in our own little cubicle. My daughter had a cut on her leg that needed antibiotics, and we left. We weren't in a waiting room or anything.
So why do you think there's this big craziness going around the measles outbreak now, whereas we've had measles outbreaks forever and a day?
I couldn't honestly tell you that.
No, but it seems awfully strange to me that the minute that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. becomes HHS secretary, suddenly measles is killing everybody.
Well, it's strange to me too, because this 6 years ago today, I was in the hospital trying to learn how to walk. And then we didn't hear about measles during COVID, but now it's the same time of year again, and they're pushing the measles vaccine.
Would you ever give your children another MMR shot
No.
after what happened to you?
No.
Any vaccinations at all?
No, I talked to my daughters about it, and they're honestly frightened of vaccines because of what happened to me. So my doctor, because of what happened to me, gave me an exemption for the girls.
So what is your message to people out there that are frightened because they think that their children are going to die from measles and they're running out to get their little babies as young as 6 months old an MMR shot? What do you say to them?
Well, I have a lot of nieces and nephews and friends that are just starting to have children. And I tell them to really research it. And you know what happened to me. And, they're all very close. And my advice would be not to do it. And especially for children, because they give them so many vaccines at once. And that's why you can't tell which vaccine actually caused injury.
Were you shocked when you did your research after your injury and realized that you could have actually died from this vaccine?
Yes, I'm still shocked today.
What can we do to help you? Is there anything that you need? If there's any medical people out there that can help you, or you've tried everything?
I've tried everything, and I don't take the prescription pills that they try to give me. I don't do any of that. It's just lots of creams and rest. I have burns and cuts all over my body because I still have to take care of my kids. And cooking is not my friend.
How old are your kids now?
They will be 14.
So what is your life like? Describe a day in your life where you've got two 14-year-old children and then you've got this Guillain-Barré. Talk about how this vaccine has affected your life.
Well, it's horrible. Not only am I'm in pain all the time. Hold just 1 second.
It's okay, Misty. Just take your time. Take your time.
It's just very hard physically and mentally. Sorry.
It's okay.
And then also, I can't work anymore. I love my job. I really love my job. And now I'm forced to live off disability, which took me a 3-year fight. So it's just been a fight all the way around.
We're truly sorry that this happened to you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Bad advice, but your story is so important, especially now with what is happening. So grateful for you coming on live to tell your story, because we have to warn the people how awful the MMR and dangerous the MMR is.
It really is. And, I was still, the other day, I was like, where does the fetal DNA come from? And apparently they're still using the same fetal DNA from 1960.
But Misty, we just want to send you so much love. And I know that the viewers watching now will be sending you love and prayers as well, because what happened to you should never have happened. And we're just people like you that come on and warn other people about the real dangers of these shots. We're so grateful to you. Really, truly grateful to you.
Thank you. And I tell everybody wherever I go, because I walk kind of funny. I don't have very good balance. So or when I drop a million things at the store, I just say, sorry, I'm vaccine injured. And then I tell my whole story.
And what kind of reaction do you get when you do that?
They're shocked. nobody can believe it.
Well, Misty, we're sending you so much love and we're very, very grateful to you. Thank you. And we hope that you get some kind of help somewhere around the world. There's got to be someone that can help you. And we have quite a big audience. So I'm sure someone will reach out to you. Are you on social media or anything like that?
Just Facebook.
Okay, well, maybe people can contact you there if they can help you. But again, big love to you and well done for being able to look after your children with the Guillain-Barré as well. I'm sure you've got
Thank you so
love.
much.
And in fact, as ironic as it is, I always say in my life with my son who's vaccine injured, he saved the future generations. And so you probably your children will see your injury and maybe they'll go on and have children and not vaccinate.
I hope so.
They're beautifully healthy. Thank you, Misty. Big love to you. And
thank you. It was so nice to meet you.
It was lovely to meet you too, Misty. And keep in contact with us, please.
Okay.
All right.